Thanks for choosing Total Payout Podcast. You're chilling with your host, Trouble. Today's date, March 26, 26. Got 3 picks for y'all today. We got Pittsburgh Pirates on the road against the New York Mets. We got Tampa Bay Rays on the road against the St. Louis Cardinals. And we got Detroit Tigers on the road against the San Diego Padres. So let's go ahead and start handicapping these games and see what we come up with. Now, the first game we're going to handicap is going to be Pittsburgh Pirates on the road against the New York Mets. We got Paul Skynes on the road against Freddie Peralta. 2025 records, Pittsburgh 71 and 91. They were 5th in the National League Central, and the Mets were 83 and 79, second in the National League East. Now, Paul Skynes' record 10 and 10 with a 1.97 ERA, 216 Ks and 187 innings, and he had a WHIP of a .95. Great. Freddie Peralta 17-6, 2.70 ERA, 204 Ks, 176 innings with a 1.08 WHIP. Great. Now, Pittsburgh did win the 2025 series, 4 wins, 2 losses. So I want to keep that in mind. Now, head-to-head last 10, Pittsburgh 6-4 straight up last 10. The over is 5-4-1. Now, Paul Skynes, his second opening day start, 2025, was his first start. He went 5 1/3 with 7 Ks, 2 earned runs. His career versus the Mets, he's 1-0, 2.08 ERA, 14 Ks in 2 games with 13 innings pitched. Now, Freddie Peralta, this is his third opening day start. His first 2 were with Milwaukee. 11 innings, 16 Ks with a 3 ERA. Career versus Pittsburgh, 4-2, 3.36 ERA, 116 Ks in 25 games. Obviously pitching for Milwaukee, very familiar with this team. So in this game, man, obviously Paul Skynes, one of the greatest pitchers in the game right now. Got to roll with Pittsburgh. They did upgrade their bats. I think the Mets going to take a step back just a little bit. They gave up pretty much a couple franchise players that's been there for a long time, carrying the water for that franchise, and they just let them walk. Obviously we know Soto, we know Lindor's great, but around them, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be good enough to take it to the top like they were selling. So we're going to roll with Paul Skynes to go ahead and get the upset on the road opening day. Now, the second game we're going to handicap Tampa Bay Rays versus St. Louis Cardinals. Now, the pitching matchup, Darren Rasmussen versus Matthew Liberatore. Now, the 2025 records, Tampa Bay 77-85. They were 4th in the American League East. St. Louis 78-84, 4th in the National League Central. Now, Rasmussen, his record in 2025 was 10-5, 2.76 ERA, 127 Ks and 150 innings with a WHIP of 1.02. And then Liberatore, he was 8-12 with a 4.21 ERA, 122 Ks and 151 innings with a 1.31 WHIP. Now, Tampa Bay did win the 2025 series, 2 wins, 1 loss. So keep that in mind. Head-to-head, last 10, 5-5 straight up, and total 5-4-1 to the under. Now, the Rasmussen, this is his first opening day start. His career versus St. Louis, no starts, all relief. 5.6 ERA, 14 Ks with in 8 innings with 5 earned runs. So St. Louis smacks him around. Now, Matthew Liberatore, first opening day start as well. Career versus Tampa Bay, 1-1 with a 2.92 ERA, 12 Ks, and 4 appearances. Also want to keep a note that Liberatore, this is going to be a get-back game for him probably pretty much every time he plays Tampa Bay. They are the team. Tampa Bay is a team that drafted him and traded him to the St. Louis Cardinals for Randy Arozarena. So want to keep that in mind. Obviously, Arozarena is not even on that team anymore, and now he's opening with the Cardinals. So just keep that in mind. It's gonna be a little bit of animosity there. But like I said, we're gonna take the Cardinals at home on the money line to go ahead and get this game today. Opening day game. Now, the third game we're gonna handicap, final game, Detroit versus San Diego. We got Tyreek Skubal versus Nick Pivetta. Great pitching matchup. Great game. 2025 record, Detroit 87-75, second in the American League Central. San Diego 90-72, second in the National League West, right behind the big boy Dodgers. Now, Tyreek Skubal, 13-6, 2.21 ERA, 241 Ks, 195 innings with a WHIP of .89. Great. Pivetta, 13-5, 2.87 ERA, 190 Ks, 1.81 innings, and 181 innings. And his WHIP was a .99. So he had a great breakout season last year. Great breakout season. Now, Detroit did win the season series, 2 wins, 1 loss. So obviously another interleague game. So just 1 series last year. Head to head, last 10, 5-5 straight up last 10, under 6-3-1. Now, Tyreek Skubal, third straight opening day start, 12 innings, 0 earned runs, 12 Ks in 2 games, 2 wins. His previous 2. His one career game versus San Diego in 2022, he went 6 innings, 2 Ks, and 2 earned runs. Now, Nick Pivetta, his first career opening day start, like we said, last year was a breakout year for him. His career versus Detroit, 2-2. He played against them in Cincinnati and Boston, so he's pretty much not necessarily a super journeyman, but he's been around a little bit. He has 5 appearances against Detroit so far in his career. He has a 2.33 ERA, 34 Ks, and 27 innings. So pretty familiar with the franchise. Probably not too much with the current players. Now, in 2025, Detroit did hit 240 versus righties. San Diego hit 245 versus lefties. So kind of split. Probably going to be the same. Not too much change in the lineups unless the players currently in the lineups got better. Not too much of an advantage righty versus lefty as far as the splits. Now, I know Detroit did add Verlander, Kenley Jansen, obviously in the bullpen, so they did upgrade their bullpen. That was what they did upgrade. I know San Diego last year had the lowest bullpen ERA in the majors, so you want to keep that in mind as well as far as this interleague game. Obviously, not too much familiarity. Verlander's not pitching this game, but Kenley Jansen most likely, if it's close, probably get some balls in this game. But we know San Diego, like I said, did have the lowest bullpen ERA in the majors last year. So I'm gonna go ahead and take another dog in this game. Home dog gonna bite again. We're taking San Diego Padres to go ahead and beat Detroit again. Great pitching matchup. It's scary to go in front of Skubal unless he pitched 9 innings. That bullpen does have to get in the game eventually. We know Jansen comes from the Dodgers, so a couple of them players over there on the Padres have familiarity with Jansen. I think he was on the Braves last year, so National League team, they have familiarity with him. They're familiar with him. I'm sorry. So we're gonna go ahead and take the Padres at home to go ahead and bark once again, man. So, like I said, let's go ahead and recap these 3 games that we're taking today. Opening day for these teams. Taking dogs to bite on opening day to have a good start to their season. First game we're going to go ahead, like I said, and take is going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're taking Paul Skynes, pretty much best pitcher in baseball, on the road. Let's go ahead and let that dog bark, bite him. And we getting St. Louis Cardinals at home. Matthew Liberatore. Payback game gets the team that traded him. Rosarena. Now he not even on y'all team no more. Payback game. And then we're gonna go ahead and take the Padres at home to bite the Tigers. Nick Pivetta. We're gonna go ahead and give Skubal. I don't think Skubal take the L. I just think the bullpen get a game up. Or if it's 0-0, however it may go, I think that the Padres bullpen gonna hold up just like years past. So I want to appreciate you guys for giving me y'all time today. Chilling with your host Trouble, Total Payout Podcast. Thursday, March 26. Great Thursday. Opening day. So you're going to go ahead and get to it, man. I appreciate it. Please give me a like, comment, and subscribe at the end of this video. You guys have a great Thursday. Stay out the way and stay blessed. Thank you. Hey, look at that.